Sunday, April 21st in downtown Baton Rouge. Lauren is the former managing director of the Baton Rouge Downtown Business Association and was responsible for managing the popular Live After 5 concert series. She was also the business development director for a local marketing and design firm and has worked with Louisiana Clean Fuels, court-appointed special advocates for children, and the Southeastern Louisiana University Alumni Foundation. She's a native of Baton Rouge, and she received her Bachelor's of Arts from Louisiana Tech in Ruston, and she also has a Master of Arts in Organizational Communication from Southeastern Louisiana University in Hammond. She and her husband, Zachary, have 2 children, and they live in Baton Rouge. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Lauren Tompkins.
Good afternoon, and thank you for having me. I'm going to start off with some song lyrics. Nobody loves me but my mother, and she could be jiving too. Now you see why I act so funny, baby, when you do the things you do. Those are the lyrics from an old B.B. King song. It's actually all of the lyrics from Nobody Loves Me But My Mother. And in just a few lines, you get a song that is sad, it's funny, it's insightful, it's expressive, and that's the blues. It's a uniquely Southern music form in which Baton Rouge plays a vital part. And that is why the Baton Rouge Blues Festival is not just some other music festival. The Baton Rouge Blues Festival is a celebration of an art form that Baton Rouge and other communities up and down the Mississippi River have really brought to life. And frankly, the blues was never really the most popular music genre, and even with all of its evolution within the music community, it can still struggle to stay relevant. But without a struggle, we don't have the blues. So the Baton Rouge Blues Festival is April 19th through the 21st in downtown Baton Rouge, and it's free to attend. Kenny Neal, who's here today, Elvin Bishop, Charlie Musselwhite, Black Joe Lewis, and Jackie Vinson are just a few headliners in a 3-day schedule of a talented and diverse group of performers. I passed out our festival guides on your table, and on the back you can see a map displaying the footprint of the festival. This year we added a 4th stage. We have the main stage, the Swamp Blues stage, which is in Roar Plaza, which is between City Hall and the Old State Capitol. The front porch stage is on North Boulevard, and it's between Jolie Pearl and the library. The Slim Harpo stage is next to Watermark on 3rd Street, and the LA1 stage is in front of the Shaw Center on Lafayette Street. We have over 40 artists and makers and 24 Louisiana food vendors. There's a huge kids activity area in the grounds of the Old State Capitol, and there are 3 exclusive areas for our VIPs, or BFFs as we call them, Blues Fest fans. And those BFF passes get you an open bar, food, prime viewing spaces, and indoor bathrooms, which is usually a big one. And it's not too late to get the BFF passes. They're still available at brblues.org, but they are close to selling out. We're totally taking over downtown Baton Rouge that weekend. We're lucky enough to have the support of the downtown attractions and businesses to be able to do so. Following Kenny's performance on Friday night, we're presenting a ticketed show at the Manship Theater with Layla Musselwhite, Charlie Musselwhite's daughter. And Jolie Pearl will have blues performers in their restaurant throughout the entire weekend. And you'll also notice throughout this year's marketing materials and festival posters, please feel free to pick one up on your way out, there's a common thread of an incredible piece of art that we commissioned for the 2024 official art poster right here. This Blues Fest art poster artist is Kristen Downing. She's a local artist, and this poster features Kristen's interpretation of the great bluesman Slim Harpo, with illustrations of downtown Baton Rouge in the background. Kristen is known for her use of bright colors and for incorporating Black community leaders in her art. She was a perfect fit for this project, and I really enjoyed working with her to bring the music world into the visual art world. We're really excited about this piece, and you can support the festival by purchasing a poster at Brass, a local gift shop on North Boulevard downtown, or of course at the festival in our merch tent. As you know, we're a nonprofit, so we cannot afford to have some big economic impact study. I wish I had some really solid numbers to give you about the success and the substantial impact of the festival, but we spend all of our money on musicians, so. But I can tell you that that weekend, the weekend of the Blues Fest, the downtown hotels are completely booked up. We'll host tens of thousands of people, and we have way more vendors on the wait list than we can fit in our city spaces. Area businesses have been preparing for this weekend, and I think everyone will be very happy, very full, and very tired by Sunday evening. The footprint of our festival is really a testament to the collaboration and support that this festival receives. We have nearly 40 partnerships with government entities, other nonprofits, area businesses, and private corporations, and they are all one of the reasons why the festival is more successful each year. We're lucky enough to have so many sponsors that I really can't name them all, but you can see their logos on that festival guide. Because of the unique local support, along with the understanding of the cultural significance of the work that we do, the Baton Rouge Blues Festival will continue to grow into its potential of the Baton Rouge festival destination for visitors and our community members. We put on a great festival, but it is successful because of this community. People come out to enjoy an easy, safe, free, walkable event. They invite their families and their friends, and they eat and they dance and they have a good time, and it really is just that simple. But I do believe that every Blues Fest attendee learns a little bit more about the rich blues culture, and maybe even a little bit more about themselves as a community member here in Baton Rouge with each year. The roots of the blues music came from deep within the souls of those who lived through hard times. It grew out of the South, and Baton Rouge is right in the middle of that. The blues is a consistent leading force in the arts, and it holds our community's identity and our stories within it. Louisiana musicians have influenced countless artists across the world, not just in music, but in art, dance, and storytelling. The preservation of the history of this African-American-led art form has always been under-resourced, but through partnerships and collaborations with our community organizations, the Baton Rouge Blues Festival and Foundation is working to change that. It is an important part of what we do. The Baton Rouge Blues Festival and Foundation does not just put on a festival. We're working year-round to celebrate and preserve the art form itself. And since I'm in a room full of journalists, I would like to take this opportunity to tell you about a few of the other programs we have going on. Through a collaboration with WRKF and the Arts Council of Greater Baton Rouge, we're launching a radio series and podcast called Behind the Blues. This series features interviews of blues performers who have played at the festival throughout the years. And during the festival this year, you can sit in on the interviews, which will be utilized for this radio series in the future as well. The interviews are inside of the old state capitol, and it is a unique opportunity to hear from the musicians in an intimate setting right before they get on the stage. Plus, it is air-conditioned at an outdoor music festival. We're partnering with the West Baton Rouge Museum on the first annual Musicians Fete. This is a resource and networking event for musicians, and it's on the Thursday before the festival, April 18th. That evening, there will also be an interview and performance with Nick Spitzer, and Lil Ray Neal, Kenny's brother, who is also on our lineup this year. And that evening, Thursday, April 18th, there's also a ticketed concert at the Red Dragon Listening Room to kick off our Weekend of the Blues with Geneva Magnus and Jonathan Boogie Long, who are also on our lineup for the festival. And we've also launched the Baton Rouge Blues Collection, which is a publicly accessible archive available in the LSU Special Collections. LSU is working with us to fill a void in the preservation of the stories of Louisiana artists, including everything from digging up artifacts and recordings from musicians who we've already lost to the screenshots of social media posts from today's up-and-coming artists. I've seen a really big interest in the recovery of family ancestry in this younger generation that's coming up. They want to know their family ancestry, they want to know their heritage, and even with everything seemingly being available inside of your phone, there's a lot of history that's just not there. So thanks to the archivists at LSU, we'll continue to build this publicly accessible collection, which has the potential to be utilized by researchers, documentarians, journalists, and maybe the great-great-granddaughter of a blues musician who just wants to know more about where she came from. And maybe that great-great-granddaughter will meet us at the festival on April 19th through the 21st in downtown Baton Rouge. And with intention to practice what I preach, I would like to shut up and give a blues musician the spotlight, and we can take questions after. So the man who will kick off the 2024 Baton Rouge Blues Festival on Friday, April 19th, bluesman Kenny Neal.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much, Lauren. Appreciate that. Well, I come from a little town called Irvinville, Louisiana, across the river there. And my dad, he didn't want to be a sharecropper. Rayful Neal was his name. And when my grandfather passed away, he had everything on the side of the highway for sale. The mule, the plow, and he went out and bought him a harmonica. And that's where it all started. And also, he married my mother, Shirley Neal, and they raised 10 kids. I'm the eldest of the 10. And we're carrying my dad Rayful tradition on, and we've been so fortunate by following his footsteps because he was the founder. It ended up getting me across the globe, bringing my music to places like Japan, Australia, France, Germany, Romania, you name it. I've been there with the family. So that's the good part. I had a chance to take the family out, and I'm so happy that we're working to keep this tradition alive, because this is the roots of it, right here where we at now today, starting with people like Mr. Slim Harpo, Guitar Kelly, Lazy Lester. All these guys come from this area, and it's very important to preserve it. So here I am, still carrying the torch today. And I'd like to play a couple songs for you. This is one of the first songs I wrote. It's called Baby B. Baby B, please be good to me. Baby B, yeah, yeah, please be good to me. I say you're much too young to try and fool old King B like me. You know, well, you got honey, sweet as can be. You must be crazy, baby, if you think you're gonna fool me, baby B. Yeah, yeah. Please be good to me. I say you're much too young to try and fool old King B like me. Well, I hear you buzzing, buzzing around my hide. I don't want to hear you buzz, baby, when you come to me with a lot of jive, baby B. Please be good to me. I say you're much too young to try and fool old King B like me. Yeah. Stop all that buzzing, baby. Yeah. So, I got that song from the idea of Mr. Slim Harpo, who wrote a song called King B. So that was my spin-off from King B for him. And years ago, I wrote a song called Let Life Flow. I was going through some real difficult times in the family, losing family members. And I had experience with my liver, and I had to have 2 years of treatments. So one morning I couldn't get up after 6 months into my treatments. I couldn't get out the bed because the medicine was taking me down. So I was talking to myself. I said, man, just when you think you got it all figured out, here comes something you never dreamed about. I say, life is so unpredictable. I'm talking to myself, so I wrote it down. I say, but one thing I know for sure, I got to let life flow. And so a few months later, when I started to feel better, I went check my notes. I go, man, this sounds like a song. And so I wrote the song, and I named my CD after it. It was called Let Life Flow. And I won Song of the Year through the Music Awards in Memphis. It was #1 on the charts for months. And it was just something that I was experiencing. So I like to share that song with you. It brought me through a lot of hard times. And it go like this, y'all. Just when you think you got it all figured out, here comes something you never dreamed about. Life is so unpredictable, y'all. That's the way it is. You get a little hard to bear sometimes. Things out of nowhere to blow your mind. But one thing I know for sure, yeah. Hey, y'all, you know what? We got to let life flow. We got to let life flow. 1 minute you're up, the next minute you're down. You can't stay there, keep your feet on the ground. Life is so unpredictable, y'all. That's the way it is. It get a little hard to bear sometimes. Things out of nowhere to blow your mind. But one thing I know for sure, yeah. Hey, y'all, you got to let life flow. You got to let life flow. Put your hands together and help me now. When you hit real hard, then you feel the pain. You got to reach inside, find sunshine and rain. Life is so unpredictable, y'all. Yeah. That's the way it is. It get a little hard to bear sometimes. know for sure, y'all. Hey, y'all. We got to let life flow. We got to let life flow. It get a little hard sometimes, y'all. But don't worry about it. That's the way it is. We got to let life, we got to let life, we got to let life, we got to let life flow. We got to let life, we got to let life, we got to let life, we got to let life flow. Yeah. And then I remember my dad when I was a little kid growing up. I don't even remember learning how to play the blues. It was just something always there for me, you know, around the house. So when I was a little kid, he used to do songs like this. Ah, baby, you don't have to go. Oh, baby, you don't have to go. I said I'm gonna pack up, darling, yeah. Down the road I go. Well, I give you all my money just to go downtown. Come back in the evening when the sun go down. Oh, baby, you don't have to go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I said I'm gonna pack up, darling, yeah. Down the road I go. Got me running, got me hiding, you got me running, hiding, any way you want and let it roll, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. You got me doing what you want me, baby, what you want me to do. Talking about the blues now, y'all. I'm going up, I'm going down, I'm going up, down, round. Any way you want, let it roll. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. You got me doing what you want, baby, what you want me to do. Yeah. So that's some of what you're going to get on the 19th. But I'll be using my big band on the 19th with the horn players, and it's going to be pretty cool. And it's also invite some special local guests on my show as well, because I think we should all pull this together and be one. Thank you all so much.
All right.
Does anyone have any questions? So this would be about our 30th year, you know, with COVID, that kind of complicated things a little bit. But yeah, this would be our 30th year.
Have you all set the date for next year?
Yes, and I should have prepared that. I believe it's the 25th, 26th, and 27th, but I will double check that and let you know. April, yes. Yes.
Taylor.
Yes.
Yes.
Repeat what you said about Thursday, the 18th, Raw Muscle White.
Oh, so Friday after, yes, so Thursday at Red Dragon Listening Room, we're going to kind of have a kickoff ticketed concert, and that is featuring Geneva Magnus, and Jonathan Boogie Long is going to open up for her. Friday evening, right after Kenny Neal's concert, we'll have another ticketed show at the Manship Theater featuring Layla Musselwhite, who is Charlie Musselwhite's daughter.
Good, thanks.
Other questions? Yes.
This should be right up Lamar has a chat alley. Are they helping out?
Lamar did offer some free billboard space if it becomes available. Yes. Yeah, so hopefully we can continue to foster that relationship for 2025.
Is this the first year that you've been working with the West Baton Museum?
I think that throughout the years, there has been some collaboration between the Baton Rouge Blues Festival and Foundation and West Baton Rouge Museum, but we've really put a big focus this year on working with them. West Baton Rouge Museum has, put a lot of effort into their juke joint that they have on their site, and they have really become this kind of mecca of local blues music, so it's a really natural partnership for us. Yes, so the Thursday before the festival on April 18th, we're having our first annual Musicians Fete. And this is just going to be an event that for resources for musicians. There's going to be some seminars on things like tax implications and a gigging economy and that type of thing. How to be your own marketer, as well as just some mentorship opportunities and some opportunities for those musicians to get to know each other and play music with one another in a non-performance setting. And then after that, we're going to have American Roots recording with Nick Spitzer and Lil Ray Neal in the evening, and that is open to the public. Yes.
I'd like to ask one more question. New laws that are being passed making it possible for 18-year-olds to have guns without being trained and permits. Is that a concern to people who are having outdoor festivals? Are you increasing security? Are you worried about that?
It's always been a concern. I mean, that law is definitely concerning, but it's always been a concern. It's an outdoor festival and it's free and everyone's walking in. But we have never had any issues, and we have increased Baton Rouge Police Department presence at the event. They are stationed at the event on the ground as well as in remote places to kind of keep an eye on things from above. We talk about it a lot. We're prepared for something that we hope to not have to be prepared for.
How many days is this going to be?
3. So we start off Friday afternoon with Kenny. Kenny is kicking off the festival, and then we go all the way until Sunday evening.
No, they had Johnny Palazzo, you know him? He started with something like this. Are they in conjunction, or is two different things?
No, this is it. Yeah, this is what Johnny Palazzotto was involved with, yeah.
I knew he was really involved. When I was in the mayor's office and worked with your dad, we had so many live after 5. We had so much brown bag hunters and fighters in there. Unbelievable. I'll be glad to help.
Okay, I'll take you up on that help.
I'm gonna learn how to dissipate rules.
Any other questions?
Any other questions? All right, well, thank y'all so much.
Great job. All right, next week, our speaker will be Senate President Cameron Henry. So prepare to come back next Monday, same time. Thanks.